How can you stay grounded? Well, grounding is a practice, and it's a practice that I think it was Ashison 5 Assis. How do I stay grounded? So um, grounding is a practice, just like brushing your teeth is a practice, right? You do it every day. And so it's important to do it every day. It can make a really big difference in how you show up to your day and also how you experience your day. And so there's many ways you can ground. You can ground with literally putting your feet in the grass. I know right now in some places it's snowing, but you can do it in your bedroom on the floor. You just want to put your feet to the floor, and you can visualize like growing your roots like a tree deep down into the earth. I have some meditations for grounding if that helps. Otherwise, there are a ton on YouTube. There are, guided meditations for free on like Spotify, YouTube, that sort of thing. I should do a small course on grounding because a lot of people ask me this. And then it's important to not only ground, but also protect your energy. So imagining yourself in a big bubble. Put whatever you want in your bubble. You can put green colored foam or glitter or whatever you want in your bubble. And then you want to clear your energy every single day. So whether that's taking a sea salt bath or a shower, imagining all the cords of the day. If you don't want to take a bath or a shower every day, that's okay. But just imagining all the cords I like to think of it sometimes as coats too. It's like every person you interact with, any exchange you have, whether it's just even scrolling on here, is an energetic exchange, right? You're coming into somebody else's energy. Which, by the way, if you're ever coming on to other people's lives, it's really polite and nice to say hello and, like have an introduction, right? Like a little like, hey, I'm excited to be here and be in your energy, right? Because you're coming into my energy, just like if I'm going on to somebody else's live, I'm coming into their energy. And so you don't want to right off the bat be like, okay, give me the stuff, right? You would never walk up to the street and just tell somebody like, so will I be with so-and-so, right? No, you'd be like, oh, hi, my name is blah, 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 right? So I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but basically what I'm saying is it's important to think of your interactions. Oh, that's where I was going. Okay. Think of your interactions that you have with other people as exchanges of energy, right? Whether it's just scrolling on social media or being at a gas station or going in the grocery store or whatever. It's like you're putting on a coat, and every person you come in contact with, you're putting on another coat and another coat and another coat. And by the end of the day, you maybe have 50 to 100 or more coats, depending what you do, right, in your day. And so you just want to visualize like taking all those coats off and leaving them at the door. And you're going to feel so much better. And then call back your energy. Call back your power. I call my power back from all people, places, times, situations, and timelines. Please return any energy that is not mine back to its sender with love, right? So there's a process and a practice. And if you do that daily, it's going to feel so much better. Because a lot of times what's happening is people that are feeling a lot of anxiety or a lot of like just like energy that feels like off or not theirs, like they're picking up on energy of other people. It's not even necessarily always our own energy. And so if you're very, in tune, if you're very empathic or you're very intuitive or you're very psychic or whatever, like you want to protect your energy. And so that's just a very basic practice, right? And then you can't, it's really important too, anybody that's into like spirituality, you cannot abandon your body too. Because you have to remember, it's not just all crystals and, connection and intuition and all this, right? You cannot leave your body out. Your body is an important piece to be able to express and to show up and to to do all the things you want to do in life. So do not leave your body out. So as much as it's important, as much as it's important to manage and maintain and understand how your energy works and how to navigate that and how to care for that, it's also just as important to take care of your physical body too. Because if you don't, and if you ignore it, like I did many times in my life, you're not going to be able to do all the things you want to do. So it's important to not leave your body out. And lastly, for whatever reason this is coming through, it's also important to know that if you are on your spiritual journey and you are, kind of going through your spiritual awakening process, it's important to know that, like, I feel like there's this hyper focus on independence in spirituality or in the spiritual community. Like, and yes, there is a point on your journey where you will have to walk it alone. But nothing will really teach you and grow you than to be with other people. It was interesting. Today I had a download I was writing earlier. And the question came to mind about, being with like-minded people, right? There's value in that, and that's good. But I got to questioning, and I'm just curious. I'm in the question right now of, like, is that really the goal though? Right? To be with like-minded people. Because if you're with like-minded people, on the one hand, you're all kind of generally in agreement, right? But what about when you go with people who aren't in agreement? Which one's going to grow you more? And I'm not suggesting you, like, put yourself in dangerous situations or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, it put me in the question of, like, is it always helpful to be with like-minded people? And do we really grow when we only surround ourselves with like-minded people? I personally feel like we grow so much more when we take time to listen and to be open and to hear the experiences of other people's journeys, other people's stories, other people's experiences, other people's cultures. I think that's really how we grow. And we educate ourselves and we become knowledgeable of the experiences of other people. Where I'm from originally, like, there are people who have never left their city, and they're small cities. And so the thing I've noticed is, like, and there's nothing wrong with if you never want to leave your city. I'm not suggesting that. But it does formulate a certain type of mindset that is not flexible. And so I think it's really important to, yes, find your people, find your soul tribe, and be willing to be with people who aren't like you. Because that's what's really going to grow you. And in the spiritual awakening journey, nothing is going to expand you and grow you more than being in the world, right? Actually being with people. It's important to get to a place where you know your value and your worth, and you don't need anything outside of yourself to prove that to yourself. That's a really important piece to the journey. But there's also another piece of really understanding that we need each other. And the only way that things get better is if we love and support one another, and we forgive one another, and we're kind to one another. So it's interesting. I'm playing around with that notion of, is it truly serving us to be with like-minded people all the time? I don't know. Just in the question. I don't know why that came through, but here we are.